Hi there, it's Allan Thompson. I am here in Kigali, Rwanda, as they begin events to mark the 25th anniversary of the genocide, which began here tonight, exactly 25 years ago. President's plane was shot down in the evening of April the 6th, and almost immediately after that, death squads were in the streets, sometimes with lists, dragging people out of their homes, killing people at checkpoints, what would unfold into 100 days of killing that claimed possibly more than 800,000 lives, began in the evening 25 years ago now. And I wanted to be here for these events to mark the 25th anniversary of the beginning of the genocide, in part because I wasn't here as a reporter 25 years ago. I worked as a journalist for the Toronto Star at the time in the Ottawa Bureau, and I was covering foreign affairs. I should have come to Rwanda for the Toronto Star, but I realize now I was as oblivious as many of my journalism colleagues and didn't really grasp what was going on in Rwanda. And sitting here now, I'm in a nice hotel in the Kiyovu neighborhood of downtown Kigali, the capital. And it's quiet, it's peaceful, the streets are well lit. And I can't help but thinking, 25 years ago, right now, through the night from April 6th to April 7th, the killings began. And these streets right outside where I am now, where we're running with blood. And most of us in the rest of the world didn't understand what we were seeing, if we saw it at all on television. So over the years, I've spent a lot of time looking at the way the news media covered the events of Rwanda and the genocide in 1994. And I've come to the conclusion that while individual journalists who were here worked very hard and did a very good job, there just weren't enough reporters on the ground. The critical mass was not there to comprehend what was happening. And there was a very clear instance of this April 11th. So the 25th anniversary of that will be later this week. A British journalist captured a killing, two people who were in the street in Gikondo, about a kilometer from here. And he captured their killings live. He captured the video, took it to the airport, got it to CNN, German broadcasting. So the same day we saw people being killed in the streets of Kigali. And yet we didn't know what we were looking at. We didn't understand what that footage was. And I think some people looked at it and thought this was African tribal warfare, didn't grasp what was happening. So I ended up going back and doing some work on that story, managed to identify the people who were killed in the NICU's footage and met their families and have been in touch with them over the years. I will see them this week when I'm here. They'll be marking their 25th anniversary of the deaths of their relatives. I've continued to do some research on the subject at Carleton University. At the end of 2017, we held a conference called Media and Mass Atrocity, the Rwanda Genocide and Beyond. And that conference produced a publication which is being released around the world this weekend, and looks back at the events of Rwanda as a baseline, as a case study for the terrain where media and mass atrocity intersect, but then also looks beyond Rwanda and goes to instances in Syria, Central African Republic, South Sudan, Myanmar, other cases where news media have been involved in atrocity events. And of course, 25 years ago, social media didn't exist. It was not a factor in Rwanda. Cell phones didn't exist. The media landscape that we now live in is radically different from that of 25 years ago. And sadly, some of those who are most effective at the use of media tools in these mass atrocity environments are the perpetrators, the killers, those who are committing these acts. So the book looks at that as well. My primary focus this week, while I'm here in Rwanda, is to join in events commemorating what began here 25 years ago tonight. And tomorrow I'll be marching with those who are walking a walk of remembrance from the Parliament buildings to the stadium, taking part in a vigil tomorrow evening. And then later in the week, I'm hoping to connect with the family that I wrote about in the story about that genocide video. So I'm a bit tired, you can probably tell, but after I arrived here, I just wanted to quickly connect, let people know that I'm here, and that I'm here to try and join those who are marking the 25th anniversary of really one of the most horrific events of the 20th century. And I'm here as a journalist to recognize that we did not properly capture or comprehend what was going on in these streets out here starting 25 years ago tonight. And hopefully there are some lessons learned. So I will try to be online from time to time, and we'll be writing something at the end of this process as well. So just wanted to share that with you tonight. Good night.